Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at multiplying fractions. So the main things we need to look for is if there are any common factors in the numerator and denominator. So the biggest thing about multiplying fractions is to see if we can simplify first and then we multiply. So for example, if we have 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 over 6. So when you're multiplying fractions, you multiply the numerators together and you multiply the denominators together, or top times top and bottom times bottom. So when we're doing that, the denominators do not need to be the same. So these ones here, it's fine if they're different. It's adding and subtracting where they actually need to be the same. So when we cancel out, we can cancel two ways. We can cancel straight up and down like normal, or we can actually cancel diagonally. So when we cancel the numerators and denominators, they are the two ways that we can simplify. So looking at what we've got, we have 4 and 6 on the right hand side. So my highest common factor for 4 and 6 is 2. So the highest common factor for those two numbers means I would use that and divide it into the two numbers that we've got here. So 2 into 4 goes twice, and then 2 into 6 goes 3 times. So we've now cancelled straight vertically up and down. Let's see if we can do it the other way. So over here we've got diagonally. We've got a 2 over on, let's get the colour. We've got a 2 over here, and a 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 2 once. So looking at the final numbers that we've got left, we've got 1 times 1, so top times top, and at the bottom we've got 1 times 3. So my final answer is going to be 1 over 3, which we'll get over here. So we had half multiplied by 4, 6, you would get 1 over 3 from our simplifying. Now, if you didn't simplify, it wouldn't be incorrect. It would just mean that you're dealing with larger numbers, and then at the end you would have to simplify. So for example, if I just went and did top times top, I would get 4. Over bottom times bottom, I would get 12. But simplifying all of that, 4 goes into 4 once, so I would simplify that. That would become a 1, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So you still end up getting the same answer, but it's just a bit easier to do it at the start, so you're not dealing with bigger numbers. All right, let's do another example. So say if we have 3 over 4 multiplied by 8 over 9. So let's have a look. Can I simplify anything this way, top and bottom? No, there's nothing that goes into the denominators and numerators vertically. What about diagonally? Let's see, this way, and we've got this way. All right, so looking over here, we've got 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 9 3 times. We've also got 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. So looking at all the black numbers that I have left, top times top, so 1 times 2 gives me 2, and bottom times bottom gives me 3. We'll do one more example like that. Let's get some larger numbers in there. Say if we have 42 over 45 multiplied by 15 over 36. So look at the different ways that I can simplify. So I'm going to automatically, I actually think it'll be a bit easier to simplify diagonally, but it's completely up to you. So 15 and 45, I know that 5 goes into both of those numbers, so you could simplify with 5, but it'll be a bit easier if you simplify with a higher factor, which is actually 15. So 15 goes into 15 once, and 15 goes into 45 3 times. Looking at 42 and 36, the highest factor that's common that I can think of at the moment would be 6. 6 goes into 36 6 times, and 6 goes into 42 7 times. Is there anything more I can cancel vertically or diagonally? No, so then top times top, so 7 times 1, and then bottom times bottom, and then your final answer would be 7 over 18. So you don't have to put this step in, but some people find it a bit easier just to visualize what they're multiplying. All right, the last thing that we need to, probably two more things, is looking at mixed numbers. So if you have a mixed number, you actually need to convert it to an improper fraction before you start multiplying. So for example, if you have 1 2/3 multiplied by 2 7/10. So change them both to improper fractions. So to change them, we multiply the denominator and the whole number, and we add the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 divided over 3. So your denominator stays the same. We'll do the same to the second fraction, which will end up giving me 20 plus 7 is 27 over 10. So again, you got some bigger numbers, so let's look at simplifying. All right, top and bottom, there's probably nothing I can do there. No, if we look diagonally, 5 and 10, 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 twice. 3 and 27, 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 27 9 times. So I've got top times top, divided by bottom times bottom, which gives me a final answer of 9 over 2. Now 9 over 2 is fine, that's simplified, sorry. So if I'm simplifying 9 over 2, I don't need to change it into a mixed fraction or anything, I can keep it as 9 over 2. Alright, the other thing that may come up is looking at multiplying with whole numbers. So when you have a whole number, you just need to make sure you write it as a fraction over 1. So for example, if I have 7 over 8 multiplied by 24. Now, I would like 24 as a fraction. All you need to do is put that over 1, because 24 divided by 1 still gives me 24. So my aim is to get this entire thing here as a fraction, which I've done. All right, let's have a look at this now. So can I cancel anything? Have a go first, pause the video, and then come back and check. All right, so having a look, I know h goes into 8 once, and h goes into 24 3 times. Can't simplify anything else, so I've got top times top, then the bottom times bottom. I get 21 over 1, which I could just write as 21.